Hello, and welcome to Puzzlers Anonymous. My name is Kevin, and I'm a puzzle addict. What is going on in my life? Obviously, the U.S. is out of the World Cup. I don't have to tell you about that. It's like national news. I don't have much to say about it either. Obviously, I was very excited about the Cup, but there's a funny thing with me in sports is like when it's happening, I'm all in, all about it. And then like when they lose, I'm immediately over it. Like I watched it with my friends at the stadium. I biked home. I was over it by the time I got home. It's just like I don't know. Maybe it's the ADHD. Maybe it's just like it's just a game. Like it's fun to go all in on it, and then when you're out, it's like there's nothing to be said, and like being sad about it or whatever. But it was a fun run. Still a great World Cup. Still excited for the final rounds. Gonna be some really good matchups. I'm going all in on Norway now. I am part Norwegian. I also just think it's like a fun team. So, especially Holland. Like obviously he's like the big star, but he's just like he just has so much fun when he's playing. So that's good. I'm kind of cheering for France too. I did study in France when I was in college. It's just like they're so good that it's boring to cheer for them. I don't want to be like the bandwagon guy that cheers for the obvious favorites. But I do have a soft spot for them. But all the games have been good. I just am just enjoying watching, and I look forward to the rest of those. What else? Oh, my wedding ring came in, and I've been practicing wearing it around the house. It's I always wanted a wood ring. I went with olive for this one because my mom also has an engagement gift, got me like a pen that was like olive wood, so I decided to go with that. The thing with the wood rings is they're not going to be as durable as like a metal, like a gold ring. So I anticipate that every few years I'm going to have to replace it, and then I'll have like a little display with all the old ones. So I'm going with olive now to match that pen, but I'm going to like change it up, different woods for different ages of our marriage. And I've been talking about my yard project, like every video, and it being various phases done. It's fully done now. I set up the fire pit. It looks so freaking good. We like tested it out last night, and it looked pretty nice. We have this whole setup here. I might even have a better picture that's a bit more zoomed out. Oh, you can see I have a bunch of pictures from hanging out at the soccer game. There's a good crowd there at Breeze Stevens. Oh, I sent this meme right after we lost and the U.S. was out of the World Cup from Banshees of Inisherin. But after sending that one, I was immediately over it. I just think it's funny to be really sad about sports, even when I'm not actually sad about sports. But yeah, here is fire pit wide view. We got new string lights that look really good, and then that one. So we tested it out last night because I wanted to make sure it worked well. It is. Should I hide my my sidebar here? You can see that I had an album of images from blueprints. Sorry, spoilers, Josh. Actually, I don't think any of this is spoilers. It's not zoomed in enough. Things that I didn't want to write down, so I just like took pictures of it. Sorry. Back on track. Oh, there's a picture of the olive wood pen too. Here, now you can see the pen and the ring together. I didn't want to dig it out of this cabinet back here, but here you go. Stay on target. Fire pit. We wanted to try it out because it's the smokeless fire pit. I don't know if you've heard of these, but we have bad wood here at my house. Because I have a bunch of black walnut trees, and black walnut trees are famous for like dropping branches. So I collect all of those and I use those for firewood. But it's not good firewood. It's hardwood, so it just it doesn't burn well. It's great for woodworking. Are there any woodworkers watching my channel right now, and you're hearing me say that I burn black walnut? I'm so sorry, but hey, it's free wood from the sky, and I don't do woodworking, so I'm not going to do that, so I burn it. But it doesn't burn well because it's a hardwood, so it gets really smoky. It burns slowly, so we're hoping that the smokeless fire pit would do it. And yeah, we tested it out last night, and it works pretty well. If you don't know about the smokeless fire pit, that's why there's all these little holes at the top here. Let me do a diagram here. I think I can draw in Affinity, but I'm gonna need a new just this. And I think I can. Is there just like a pen tool? Isn't there? Shouldn't this what do I here? Pixel. I'm new to this interface. I find that's lines. We're just back here. This is a disaster. Hand color here. I think I messed it before, and it's okay. I know that's not what but we got it. So you can see this is a ring here. There's all these holes at the top. The way it works is it's it's a hollow cylinder. So you can't see it here, but under the rim there, it's double walled, and then there's holes on the inside and there's holes on the outside. So here we got the holes there, and then you can see at the bottom of the fire pit, there's little vents here, and there's 2 more there, and then all around the bottom on the inside, there's those little holes. So basically, you have in the fire is over here, that heats it up, and then of course, when the air gets hot, it rises, creating kind of like a mini vacuum. So then what it does is air gets pulled in through here. I mean, it goes from here and it goes in here, and it's pumping new air from the side through those holes. And what it's supposed to be doing is rapidly giving more oxygen to it, which makes it burn way hotter and faster. And when it burns hotter, it burns off more of the smoke. So we got it working last night. It works really well. It really does reduce the amount of smoke, but it's you have to get to a critical mass to get this reaction started. So when I first started, just whenever I'm burning black walnut, it was very smoky. And then once the fire gets going, once it gets hot, then it kicks into another stage, and then it becomes less smoky. It's very cool. Works as intended, but only if you keep the fire going. As soon as drops below a certain level, then the smoke is back. So I got to be attentive on it, but I've always had to be attentive on it because it gives me smoky fires. Yeah, that's enough life updates for now. Let's get into the Thinky Dailies. Though I think I'm 1 for 3. The last 2 Thinky Dailies I have crapped out on, though I swear I can solve them. Look at all these ones that I solve. Even the one from the other day I solved. Oh, I noted this in the video. I actually did solve it in the video, except I missed 1 line. But yesterday there was a thermo Sudoku. I solved it in 1 minute and 51 seconds. So I know how to do this. I can even resolve this one so quick. So thermo Sudoku, it is all of these numbers. They got to be in order, going from lowest to highest. So you don't know exactly what it's going to be, but it has to be in order. So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, whatever. So if I'm looking at this, we got a 1 right here. 1 goes down, so it can't be in this row. I wish I could highlight it on Sven's Sudoku app. But yeah, 1 has to go there. It can't go in here because these have to be counting up from here. So 1 can never be anywhere on a thermo Sudoku except for at the bulb. So if the 1 is here, it can't be in this row. Can't be in this row because it's high numbers. So we know there's going to be a 1 here. So then we know this and this can't be 1. And the 1 can't be on this space on the Sudoku. So we got a 1 here. Then we know that this can't be a 1. So it has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right away. We're already cooking. So we know 1's going to be here. 1 and 3 are here. 2 and 4 are here. Etc. Where did I go from there? Here's where we go. So then 5 can't be in this column. 5 can't be in this row. And 5 can't be in this one because if it was here, what would these be? They'd have to be 6, 7, 8. And this is a reduced Sudoku that only goes to 5. So that means 5 is here. And then if 5 is here, this can't be 5. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This can only be 6. This can't be 5 either. So we already have 4, 3, 2, 1. Then from the 5s, we got the 5 here. And basically, it's just solve it and null now. That's 1 and 2. That's 6. I can't see my keyboard because it's in my lap, so it's a lot harder just to, plug in the numbers. I'm not as good with numbers as I am. Can't touch type the numbers. 4 goes there, so this is going to be a 5, 3, 2, What do we got here? That's a 1, that's a 6. 4 here, 3, 2, and 2 is there, 1 goes there. See, I'm smart. I can solve puzzles, even though I'm going to go to today's and it's going to be another like visual puzzle and I won't be able to do it. 2 puzzle pieces. I should get this. Let's see. Oh, but it is a new rule set. So the question is, can Kevin understand this rule set enough to solve it in like under 2 minutes? Let's find out. A slalom path. Okay, draw a path from entrance to exit. This is the entrance. This is the exit. Through some unshaded cells. These, I imagine, are unshaded cells. The bold dotted lines connecting shaded cells are slalom gates. The path passes straight through each gate exactly once. Numbers indicate the order in which the gates must be visited. Note that some gates might be unlabeled but are still counted in the overall order. Okay. So the path visits all the gates in the correct order. The path cannot omit any gates. And it cannot pass through a gate multiple times. It can't travel along a gate. That makes sense. It can't cross itself. Branch. That's true in all of them except for the ice path. And then I can right click. Okay, so going through all gates in the correct order. Have to hit every gate. Can only pass each gate once. Oh, because some of these, like this is 5. This is all one gate. You can't do that. You can't move along a gate. So, okay. I see how this is. So first off, we can draw a straight line through every single gate because we know we have to cross every gate. We just know that. It's the law. And then we know from this we can connect that to that. We can connect this to this. So then it's a matter of 2 things. One is figuring out where we're going to go through the gates that are multiple gates and then figuring out the order. And I don't think this is going to be too bad because it's only 2 puzzle pieces. So like first off, we see this right here. These are not going to connect because this is gate 1 and this is gate 5. So we can't do that because it has to go through gates 2, 3, and 4 before it goes through gate 5. So we are going to go up and around. We know that for certain. Certain? Yeah. Now I'm pretty sure that if this is gate 5, it's going to be 2, 3, 4 over here. Yeah, because this can only be crossed once. So it's not going to cross this and go back. So this is going to be crossed after it crosses gate 5. So we know this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't know the order of these, but these 3 here are 2, 3, 4. This is 5. Then this has to be 6, which means this has to be 7. So we could actually probably go back and solve all this before we do that because 8 has to go to 9. It has to cross this before it goes through there. This is getting tricky, huh? Well, it can't cross itself. So 8's not going to come from here and then, like, 8's not going to do this and then this. Because it's not going to cross here because, like, it's 8 and then 9. It does this and then that. So it's not going to go this way, cross down. It's not going to go this way and cross down because it has to cross itself. So we know 8's going to be coming from this direction. So it'll go down and do that. But it also has to pass through 7 here. Uh-oh. Is this... Maybe I'm in a little trouble. No, I'm not. It has to pass through 7. What I was going to say is, like, it couldn't do, like, 6 and then 7 because it has to get back over to there. But that itself is, like, the solution to what I'm looking at here. So it's going to have to go through 7 and then come up through 8, which means that 6 can only cross here or here. Okay, I think we have most of this already. So now we got to get back to 5. We know 1's not going to be here, so 5 is going to go from here and then cross 4. And I'm just going to piece together that it crosses here, because if it crossed here, I mean, you can see the problem. So 5's going to go through there. or 4 is going to go through there, so then I think it's going to be 3, and then 2, and then 1. Yeah, so we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we just have to connect through 6 to get to 7. It can't go here because that corner is already taken, so it's going to be that, then it's going to be that, and then it's going to be that, and we should hear the music. We are Thinky Dailies, electric paper puzzles. See, your brain is a computer. I can solve a Thinky Daily 4 minutes and 42 seconds, and honestly, it would have been faster if I wasn't explaining it to you fools. Evergreen statement on all my videos, all my puzzles. I should do I should speedrun a Thursday sometime where I'm not talking through it. But not today. All right. We got a family duo, Brad and Nat Wiegman. Are they spouses? Are they one's the parent and one's the kid? Let's find out. Congratulations to Nat Wiegman for making hit. Ooh, I did think Nat was a girl's name. Making his New York Times crossword debut. He's joined by his father, Brad. So it is. I would have thought it was father-daughter. It's father-son. Sorry, Nat. Is that short for Nathaniel? Another excellent Wiegand family collaboration with the final reveal. Oh, Nicole. So Brad just takes his time, doing puzzles with one of his kids. Never works with both of them. That's going to be crazy. When we get the, the Brad, Nicole, Nat collabo, it's going to pop off. The people are waiting for it. Will, when are you going to make it happen? Tell Brad. He's got to get everyone together. I just saved this one for later. I'm going to solve that November 12th on my fun time. All right, Brad and Nat. Nat, are you better than your sister? Let's find out. All right. Well, here we got a pretty obvious theme clue because it's got the little asterisk there and it's pointing us to the revealer, which I refuse to look at right now. We got Honey Bunch for 8. That feels like a nickname. Afternoon socials, 11sies. No, that is obviously in the morning because 11 in the morning. Worms or flies? Often. I feel like that would be bait for fishing. Something Beach, California. All right, 4 theme clues. I don't know what any of them are. Let's take it to the revealer. Renounced, or a phonetic hint to reading the answers to the starred clues. Phonetic hint to the answers. So this is going to be a play on sound. We're going to have some homophones. I think we got to start with this one because I don't really know where we're going with any of these except for I think this is some sort of bait thing, but it's going to be spelled differently. So yeah, let's just get the renounced one, which I don't know that one either. Oh no, didn't you mess up my settings literally last time? Oh, I did get logged out, so that could be part of it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. Spant. Don't know. Hydrox look-alike. What is a Hydrox? What were those monsters in Zelda? Is it the Hinox? Is that a reference to a Hydrox? Those are Cyclopses. I'm going to be totally wrong. It's not even going to be close to that being the word. Show that ends in disarray. What if we can't get any letters on this revealer? Long time follower. I want it to be era. That is a time that tends to be longish and it will follow something else the blank era. Or age, Iron Age. I don't know. Sketchy activities. Is this caricatures? That's no, doesn't fit. But that would be an activity, Wow, if I don't get a single down on these. Curly W team. I mean, I want that to be the Washington Nationals. They got the curly W, but it's not abbreviated here, so I don't think it can be the Nats. If it is, I'm going to be mad at you. I'm going to be mad at you, Will. This is the Nats. I'm pre-mad. Kudo. The singular of kudos. Is it going to be congratulation? Single? I don't know. All right, maybe we can get it from the acrosses. Or maybe we're fucked. Maybe I talk so big on the Thinky Daily and I can't do the crossword. Some messages from a road trip in brief. This could be ETAs. Comes up a lot, but it fits. I hope I'm not leading myself astray. The Gulls. NCAA. I don't know. That's got to be some sort of small team. It's going to be like the University of some big state. Mississippi. I don't know. Piece of cake. I don't think this could be easy. Maybe it could. I'm just off my game today. I talk too big on the Thinky Dailies. Yeah, I don't know. Food processor, I want to say blender, but like those are two different things. They serve different purposes. Do some laps. Let's say swim. Ooh, that sets me up for gnats. I think it's gnats. I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, let's say this is age, because I did say age before. Renounced. So this would be the college name, the school name. Piece of cake. Could I? What would easy give me? No, because horned viper is going to be asp. I don't think I would have known that, except it's just like crossword ease. My little nephew is obsessed with snakes. He loves like vipers and all that. And I think he knows about asps. It's like a slab. Can you get a slab of cake? Maybe. But yeah, I think I'm thinking too hard about this middle region. I don't know. Maybe I just need to get some letters around some of these themed guys. Let's go down here because this is where we have some letters branching out. Or is 26 a theme also? No, it's not. So here we can at least kind of work towards 60. Is underwater. O's. I was like really worried it was going to be like swam. But yeah, you can be underwater on a loan. That's what it means. Blank Hamilton, author of the classic mythology, Timeless Tales of Gods and Heroes. I don't know that, but if we do go to the Solve Protocol, I'm going to bring out my Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide, because they have a great reference in there. In the appendix, there's a list of just like other books to read to get inspiration for building fantasy worlds. And some of them are just like Lord of the Rings. And other ones are like Joseph Campbell's Hero with 1,000 Faces. So I bet this book is going to be in there, but I don't want the answer yet. Relatedly, talking about Lord of the Rings, famous trilogies, trailer for Dune 3. Official trailer came out yesterday and it's looking good. Padme Amidala. Is that how you spell it, or is swim wrong? I feel like that's correct. It's probably Edith, right? I don't want to. It feels like too much of a guess. Trails. Let's say that's legs. Straddling atop. Perhaps. Door fastener. I want that to be a clasp. Hasp? I'm just thinking of, if it is Edith, I think it could be a hasp. I think that's a real thing. And I think Togo for the Benin neighbor, I think we can do that. I do think hasp is like a thing. So yeah, we're already getting somewhere with this. I can't think of any beaches that sound like this. I want it to be like Samoa. But also keep in mind it's going to be a weird sound thing. So it might not be the way that you would want it to be. But yeah, dojo furnishing, I think it's going to be some sort of mat. I don't know what that first part is, but yeah, I almost feel like we can lock in mat. It's just like, how else do you furnish a dojo? Am I right? Like, it's a dojo, man. Samoa. I don't know. Jerk. I don't know. Double-decker checker. Is that a king? In checkers, when it's king me, you stack them up. That's fun. Double-decker checker. Taste. I don't know. Juniors, for example. I don't know. Rowers workout machines informally. Ergs, right? I've never understood this. Like, yeah, the rowing machines, they're the ergs. Is it because it's ergonomic? Because I feel like a lot of things are ergonomic, you know? I don't know. See, jerk could be like a person, or it could be a motion. But I can't think of one that would end with an O. Maybe, is it called a ergo? No, it is ergs with an S, because the clue is workout machines. So it's ergs. Another fun thing about the Norwegian team, they do like a Viking rowing thing, where everyone gets together and they go, whoo, like as a whole audience. It's real cool. They're like totally embracing the Viking thing, which like, I don't know, obviously the Vikings were like bad dudes, but I feel like enough time has passed. I don't know. So I'm going to find the team photo. Like every team does like a promotional team photo at the beginning of the World Cup. And usually it's just like a nice picture of them. But they did this. This was like their official World Cup photo. Which is just like, when I first saw this, I was like, this is so cool. But the wrong people are going to be way too excited about this. Because like, you're Norway, your culture, your history, you get to celebrate it. Here in the United States of America, where this World Cup is, white supremacists love Scandinavian culture. So it's like, this rocks, this is cool, but like, the racists are gonna love it, unfortunately. But besides that, like, all the stuff is fun. I like that they're doing the row and such. I'm not trying to like uncancel the Vikings, but I'm reading a book about Genghis Khan, or Gina lived in Mongolia, and she has informed me it's Chenghis Khan, which the book also said. But I think I've talked in the past. I'm doing a thing about like trying to learn as much history as possible this year, and I talked to my friend Shar, who actually is like a history person, and I was kind of like taking different areas, like, oh, now I'm going to learn about like China, and now I'm going to learn about this. And she was like, you should really learn like themes. So she was like a good one to learn about is like the Silk Road, because it connects a bunch of different cultures, and there was a lot of exchange from there. So she was like, weirdly enough, like, this doesn't seem like it would be connected, but actually if you learn about Chenghis Khan, like his stuff is very connected to the Silk Road and all that cultural interchange. And yeah, I was like, the intro to this book, this guy was kind of talking about like, all these old, like, people who have, done empires and done a lot of like terrible violence. Like, we can still look at like the Vikings and kind of like celebrate what's interesting about their culture. There's an NFL team that's the Minnesota Vikings. We can look at Alexander the Great and like recognize the great things he did for education. But like the Mongols are still seen as these like terrible brutes who brought nothing to the world, when actually like Genghis Khan like modernized Mongolia, made it a way less like brutish place, and like brought in like a system of writing, like connected all these people. So it's like, why is none of that celebrated when none of the other stuff is celebrated? And it's like, we know why, but it's still like, it's interesting. So my point is, I'm not uncanceling the Vikings. Like, definitely the raping and pillaging, bad, not a fan. Kevin is not saying that you should get on a boat and attack another country and kill other people. Not saying that. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, I do think enough time has passed. Like, if I play Civ 6, I can play as a cute little Viking leader. I can't play as Hitler. I think just like culture, I think we're okay with celebrating like fun Viking stuff because enough time has passed. Interestingly enough, I'm not even doing the crossword anymore. When I did study in France, I very obviously, it was like, oh, this guy's an American. Everyone knows he's an American. But when I was in Normandy, that was the one place where like people like mistook me for a local and like would like ask me for directions. Be like, oh, I don't know. And it's like, that is like northern France, and it was like invaded by the Vikings, which I'm part Norwegian, and then like, William the Conqueror went and invaded, like Ireland, which I'm part Irish. So like all of that is like mingled together, so that like there's like a bunch of like Norwegian and Irish blood there. And yeah, in that part of France, I guess I looked like a local. Taste does savor work here? That's not the first thing I would ever think of for taste, because that feels like a specific type of tasting, like a more intense. But I do have the R, that's why I'm leaning towards it. I'm gonna leave it for now. I don't know if I can get any of these from phoneticness, but yeah, let's try it. We're vibe solving. We're not doing what normies do, where you start at one across and go with that. We're not sticking to the theme because I couldn't figure out the revealer. We're just circling around. We're just bopping. It's Thursday morning. Let's have fun with it. Right now, I don't know. Today is a gift, and that's why we call it the present. Sass. I don't know. Hit 1977 musical that included Franklin D. Roosevelt as a character. We had a production of this at my high school? Middle school? I don't know, but my brother John, said in the name, put it on the scoreboard. He played FDR in that. I would have thought it was earlier than 1977, but that makes sense. It's one of those where it's like it's like a throwback thing. Like Grease wasn't written in the 50s. It's written about the 50s. It's a throwback. Yikes. I don't know. SEC football powerhouse informally. The Gauls, obviously. That's going to be Bama. Short for Alabama. United is probably going to be as one. So I'm starting to feel good about 49. I think it is bait. But again, I don't know how that's going to get respelled. And actually, no, because 51 down, tried to hit a baseball is swung. So maybe it's something like bass. I go for a cast. I fall off a bass boat. I don't know. Okay, right now is as we speak. So we're getting stuff. Sass is mouth. Don't give me that mouth. Yikes. It's egad. That's fun. Spent. See, this is either going to be like tired or spent money on it. I don't know which. But yeah, I really feel like this could be bass. So then maybe if it's going to be some sort of play on words, maybe it's like a phrase that would be bass something, and then instead it's bass something. Bass solo. Bass Ace of. Yeah, I don't know. Caucasus region spent. Cashed. Wow. Once again, I felt like I started moving towards it, and then I moved away from it. That means nothing. All right, let's go this way. Food processor. Stomach. That's great. Oh my gosh. Is 39 going to be gnats? It doesn't. There's nothing to breathe in here, my guy. There's nothing to indicate that it's shortened. I'm not ready to do it. Battling. A war. That's a joke. Is it at it? If you're battling, you're at it? Murderer's Row. Is that's not like the Yankees, because they call it like Monument something. Well, this is epic. A long story is an epic. So I do think at it is it. And yeah, well, no, because this got to be Ruth now they're the TH. Yeah, so maybe because there's the thing in the outfield at Yankee Stadium that is like, they call it like the Monument something. But I mean, a Murderer's Row is just like a selection of real, dangerous or, powerful guys. So yeah, I wonder if Murderer's Row in this case is an official place or not. I almost wanted to write a note to look it up at the end, but I realized I edit my videos now, so if I don't remember to look up at the end, when I'm editing this video, I'll put a little thing there. It's above me. I'll put it above me and it says the answer to Murderer's Row. Sanskrit name meaning extraordinary. I mean, it's got to be a poo, right? I don't know this, but look at those letters. Okay, dojo finishing. I still think it's going to be a mat, and then this is just a word I don't know. Is Katami video game? No, Konami. So it's not that. Yeah, it's just going to be a thing I don't know. I'm going to get it from letters. Scare off. I don't know. So once again, we're moving into a new region with nothing. I really want to put the M for Samoa there. But I won't. We still got that. Guys' night out. Boys' night! There was a podcast I used to listen to. I think it still exists. It's Hello from the Magic Tavern. It's an improvised fantasy podcast. And it was a guy who's a regular guy, our audience surrogate, who accidentally landed in this fantasy world. And when he got there, he decided to have a podcast and interview everyone. And then there was a shapeshifter. And then there was a wizard who was very intense. So it's like an occasional episodes they'd have boys' night. And they'd be like, boys' night. And then the very intense wizard would go, boys' night! So that's what that was. Some rudiments to be learned. Is this going to be the ABCs? Since we're just throwing out all abbreviation rules, Will and Brad and Nat, I'm putting it in. I don't even care anymore. I don't give a toot. Container for peaches. I mean, peaches come from a can and they were put there by a man in a factory downtown, but I don't think that will fit here. Group of spellers is going to be a coven because it's witches. That's a fun play on words. Back to basics regimen, not the same as our rudiments. Boot camp? No. And I don't think boot camp is back to basics. I think that's learning basics for the first time. Do you do afternoon tea? Yeah, you do. Is it tea times? Because, this would be for golf. Is this tea times, like an afternoon tea? Maybe. Part of a blind is a slat. I know that, unfortunately, because our cheap-ass blinds are broken and, like, unfixable. But I don't know. Wing is looking not good, so maybe tea times is wrong. But I feel confident in slat being part of a blind. Oh, no, you know what? Because blind can mean a lot of things. There's like a poker thing that's a blind, so maybe it's going to be something completely different. Kudo. Yeah, it's like something like some sort of reward. I don't know. Guys, night out. Bro time. I think it is bro time. That's fun. So yeah, I'm taking that out. I think it is going to be a different type of blind. It's going to be like a gambling thing or like a duck blind. I feel like bro time, we might end up pulling that back later, but it's just too funny not to put it. Trivial objection. Don't know. Symbol of strength and solidity. Don't know. I feel like tea times is maybe wrong. Tonsillectomy docs. ENTs, right? Ear, nose, and throat. I would think it would just be a dentist, though. I think your dentist says you need a tonsillectomy, and then you go to ENT for more of the details. Okay, peaches are going to be in a crate. So, kudo. Acumen. No, that would have to be plural. Acumens. Accolade. Yeah. Okay, tea time. Honestly, that's fine. And honestly, that kind of makes me want to take out bro time. I'll be delighted if bro time comes back. That's a delightful answer, but I'm just not sure on that. So yeah, okay. Accolade. I really like this. I don't know if I mentioned this when I first was struggling with this. The idea that you can take kudos, which is always plural, and singleize it means you're going to take like another word that is always plural and singleize it, like accolades. I like that. That's great. Okay, trivial objection. I want it to be like a caveat. But that would mean that we're in rebus territory. Phonetic hint to reading the answers to the starred clue. There's nothing in there that screams rebus to me. Usually it's like, it'll say like squares. But it doesn't mean it can't be a rebus. Because we are lost on all of these, and maybe that's what unlocks it. Can we have rebus 2 Thursdays in a row? Will, you're losing your mind. You're going wild. A stern. I don't know. See, now I feel like I'm back to slat on this, especially with accolade. Bro date. I feel like that's also a thing. It's not as good as bro time, but I'll take it. Let's just... afternoon socials. Let's put in a rebus. Let's see how it feels, you know? I think that's bad. I think if we did caveat with the double A there, I think that's bad. I'm not feeling it. Okay, wing. See, this could be like a wing, like an actual wing of a bird. It could be like a wing of a building. It could be like wing, like improvise. Is this going to be like comedy sketches? I don't know. Let's just keep working. Seal hunter, that's an orca. See, when you look at other clues, it just, it comes to you. Okay, this over here is not going to be stern. I didn't think it would be stern, but you can't. Can you do that? Can you have a clue for one, an answer for another? I would love that if you could, but I don't see it happening. Stern, I don't know, strict, firm, I don't know. AAA or BBB. Better Business Bureau. And AAA is just like the car people. I don't know. Bring in. I wanted to be rake, but I feel like that has to be rake in. So if it was bring parentheses in, this could be rake, but no. 200 milligrams. Can this be this? Again, I just think they're playing fast and loose with the abbrev rules, but it's like, 200 in Roman numerals is cc, and then cc's are milligrams in doses. I think they're being just like kind of fast and loose with cluing things, and honestly, I'm here for it. But then if this was like strict, we're back in Rebus territory. The man's lost. He's got no idea what he's doing today. The man being me. Honey Bunch of Oats. In vogue. Fashionable. Flex time. Yoga? That's more stretch than flex. Title in Beowulf. Gosh, it's been a long time since I read that or saw that weird movie. If I didn't know any better, if you asked me this and didn't give me the letters, I'd say Jarl, just because of like Skyrim, but I don't know. Group of peacekeepers. I want it to be the UN, but then there's more letters there. Could also be NATO, because that is like a defensive alliance. That's the whole thing of like, why didn't you back me up when I attacked Iran for no reason? Because it's a defensive alliance. We don't have to join you when you just do stupid things. It's only if you're attacked. It might be NATO. Caddies in golf slang. I don't know, but I'm getting nervous because I'm kind of running out of places to go. Partner of ends is odds, so at least we're still getting letters. Wait a minute. Scare off is deter. Tatami. It's gotta be a tatami mat. I just don't know what that is. I'll look it up later, or if I forget to, put it right up here. Many a golden parachute recipient in brief. That is usually the CEOs that get those, unfortunately. Capital close to the confluence of the Red and Black rivers. I don't know. Lamond for one. Lac Lamond. Old theaters. Are these Ides? Is this what the Ides of March means? No, the Ides is like the middle of the month. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't look at the downs up here. Anatomical pouch. This is like a kangaroo has? Or is this just like for humans, that little... No, that's a paunch. Yeah. Don't know. Star Wars planet, where Luke Skywalker rides a tauntaun. Hoth. I feel like we got a lot of H's here. We got mouth. We got Edith. We got Ruth. This is a big like TH puzzle. Dinosaur named for a lizard tooth. What ends with D-O? I feel almost certain that this is going to be Don. To the point that I'm writing it in when I didn't write in the mat over there. But it's just like, it always ends with like Sor, Us, or Don. So, quick timeouts. Don't quite know what that means. Did we look at 18 yet? French crown. Yeah, I don't know. And now I don't really know where to go from here, except for that we did get some letters here, so maybe re-approach this. Yeah, that's going to be chic. Maybe this is yoga. So would this be like cyan? Cyst? A cyst is a pouch? That does make sense, because, yeah, cysts will be, like, full of liquid. So it's like an accidental pouch. Gosh, I should know this now. Okay, igneodon? My younger self would be like, I can't believe you don't know a dinosaur. Quick timeouts. We got some new letters down here. Is this Hanoi? I feel like a lot of places have red rivers and black rivers. Okay, does this give us anything in the Caucasus region? Yeah, this is... I'm honestly struggling here. I haven't gotten any of the theme clues. I haven't gotten the revealer. I have a lot of letters. I might even be at halfway, and I'm spinning my wheels. I mean, there's a few things I could do. I could just kind of go through ones I've already done where I'm just, hitting enter and going to the next one, which is not good YouTubing. I could initiate the solve protocol. Let's do the first one just for a little bit. I swear it won't be a bunch of me staring in silence. I won't take too long of this. Stern. I already thought of how it could be strict, or it could be like the boat part. So the stern is the back. I don't know. 7 could very well be wrong. Honey bunch. Is it like a bunch of honey? What units does honey come in? I don't know. That might be our first. Is stain? I think that might be right. Back to basics. A regimen. Yeah, I don't know. What if we put NATO here? Why not? Yeah, okay, yeah, because this is iguanodon. Lizard, iguana. They must have had a tooth like that. Okay, we got iguanodon. Boom. Back on track. Quick timeouts. We're not on track. Cat naps. Okay. Is iguanodon spelled wrong? It just feels like this is still giving me nothing. French crown. Tête is the French word for head. Yeah, they wanted you to think of like the crown, like the king. Stutter? This could be like an organization. Do we get anything here? No. Arcadia? Maybe it is. No, because I still... like, if we put Arca here, that doesn't give us anything on caddies. Larca... Yeah, we still got, like, the double A there, just like we did with caveat. Odia? This loafers? Leapers? I did see The Legend of Bagger Vance when it was like in theaters 20 years ago. That's all I know about caddies. Yeah, catnaps that's legit. Okay, we'll just keep going with it. Sketchy activities. Don't know. Wing. Don't know. Hydrox. I feel like that's going to be the first one I look up. Or my... I don't even have to look up Edith anymore because I already solved it. The Myths book. I might look it up anyways. Old theaters. Show that ends in disarray. This is a trick. I still don't even know what this one's really looking for. Let's put Matt there. I don't give a toot. Spent. is. Not famished. But there's a word like that for being exhausted. I don't know. I'm putting gnats in. I'm doing it. We could look at a map for this. I don't know exactly where the Caucasus is. Okay, taste. Let's say savor. Why not? Jerk. Stir until no. Yeah. Doing socials. School. I don't know. Still don't know. Renounced. Foregone? No. Maybe. It's like, if it was foregone, then it could be like there's a phrase and you take for out of it, and that gives you it. Yeah, because you could. But I still think forego is like, I think it's FORE. You can like forego something. Is that renouncing it? Spent. I just don't know. I don't feel great about it. Gals, the NCAA, piece of cake. If this is, I feel like the one that I'd be closest on. What if there was like something that would have a for in it? This one was, I got more letters on this. Juniors as an example. I don't know. Okay. Is there anything else that I got new letters on? Okay. I got to initiate the solid protocol. Initiate the solid protocol. I'm sorry. It's, yeah, it's weird because usually I do this late in the game when I've already gotten most of it. So what is a hydrox? A cream-filled chocolate sandwich cookie. Oh, this is the one that, like, this is the Oreo knockoff. Or is Oreo a Hydrox knockoff? What came first? Debuted in the United States in 1908. That doesn't mean that's when it's it could be from before. Introduced in 19... Oh, no. Okay, it is United States. Okay, cool. When did Oreos start? 2012. No. 1912. Oreo's totally a Hydrox knockoff. But joke's on you, because who got to be in every crossword ever? This doesn't give us much. Okay, I think, you know what? I could put an S here, because I know that's going to be plural. Does this give us a... You know what? Honestly, I feel like this has got to be forgone, doesn't it? So... Is this street something? EET. Sure. Sketchy activities. Art lessons. Boom. That's a sketchy activity. What school could this be? Maybe age is wrong. Someone in my audience went to this school and is so mad right now. Okay. Spent is finished. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we know that this is foregone. So it is like the thing I was thinking where you're going to like take a phrase and you'll like take either like, it's a phonetic hint. So it's either going to be like the word for is removed from it, or there's like 4 letters that are gone and it creates something. I mean, this is the closest we are to having something. And I do feel like most of these are right. CC's could be wrong. Stutter. Gosh, I still just have no idea. I want that to be like siestas, but that's not social. That's just sleeping. This feels like it's nothing. Oh, snap. See, it couldn't be easy because that's an adjective, but if something that is a piece of cake is easy. So this is a snap. So is this something with strip? Like, can being disarrayed be like does array mean like to wear and then you don't have your clothes anymore? Yeah, I'll take it. So is this just bassists? I was kind of thinking something like that. Bassists. Because I know worms and flies are fish, but what's the missing for? Bass. Forests. Bass. Forests. Huh. I don't know. Well, this is Junior's sons. We're going to solve this puzzle and then have to go to the wordplay to figure out what it actually was. And then I'm going to have to create a new song for this guy didn't figure out the theme. Jerk. I mean, this has to be like a vowel, right? Oh yeah, ass. So, Avia Samoa Beach. And there's got to be like a 4 in there. All right, let's bring up the maps. Let's just look around California. I know we're going long. You don't got to tell me that. You know what? If you're bored, stop watching. But this is either going to be satisfying or frustrating when we solve it. Avia Samoa Beach. I feel like we're safe, sticking to the coastline here. Or are we? Are there internal beaches? Redondo Beach. Ventura, Santa Barbara. Yeah, I feel like the beachier areas are back down there. Pismo Beach. I don't know. We might be in trouble still. Stinson Beach, that's the one. Yeah, this is getting us nothing. Right. But we're getting a lot of letters, so maybe the 200 milligrams was just too clever by half. But I just don't know what to do on those. Back to basics regimen. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know where to go with solving these next for the solve protocol. There's not really great things to look up. I mean, we could do this. I think I just got to go to the wordplay column. In the past, when I was doing this every day, this would be a video that I would just not publish. I'd just be like, oh, I didn't solve it. Well, see you next week. Or next day. But now that I'm, doing it every Thursday, I think I owe it to my viewers to resolve this cognitive dissonance. So let's get into it. We're just gonna read it. Sorry, I was reading it as I was going because I saw Rebus. After last Thursday's Rebus extravaganza, well, there's 13 Rebuses, solvers who aren't fans of shoving multiple letters in a square will be pleased to learn that no such smushing is required today. which is good because it was very tricky. But this puzzle employs a clever bit of letter play that I don't think I've seen in a crossword before, making for an especially satisfying solve. As far as penny drop moments go, this one for me was like an earthquake at the U.S. Mint. I know the penny has been discontinued, but indulge me. Or perhaps we can coin a new idiom in the comment section to replace penny drop. I don't know what a penny drop is. Used to say that someone finally understands something after not understanding it for a time. I do like that, and that I know that now. Okay, letter play with the foregone. I mean, we already knew. Yeah, because I thought with like the bass, I might not even put that in. I thought it was a play on words of bass and bass, but maybe it's something different if it's a letter play. Foregone. Phonetic hint to reading the answers. So maybe it's not the number 4. Maybe there's a full FOR in here that is gone. I still don't know. I just got to keep going. Give me the answer. This puzzle's theme revealer sits smack dab in the center of the grid, but that's where its conspicuousness ends. While some revealers provide clear instructions for cracking the theme, the clue isn't so prescriptive. Its answer is foregone, but how does that unlock the answers to the starred clues? That's what we're all wondering.
That's what everyone's thinking.
My initial theory, the word for needed to be removed from those answers. That's what I thought. Sean. Excited to test my hypothesis, I strapped on my safety goggles. Sean, I like this. You're having a lot of fun with it. And began dissecting 17 across his clue. Honey Bunch, my helpful lab assistants across the answers reveal the answers. Stuttgart, which is a city in Germany. I have friends from there. And I have another friend. Yeah, I have my friend Teresa is from there. And then my friend Josh, soccer Josh, he studied there. This has 2 problems. For doesn't appear anywhere in Stuttgart, and Stuttgart is not a synonym of Honey Bunch unless you and your partner use German cities as pet names, which is beautiful and valid. My friend Teresa, who is from Stuttgart, speaking of pet names, whenever she was annoyed with her husband, you could tell because she would only call him dear when she was annoyed. I'm gonna plug in org real quick because I was thinking about that. Bring in could be rear. I don't know. And yeah, I still know that one. Okay, does this give me... I just... Knowing that this is the correct thing and thinking about it wasn't what he had before. I'm just trying to see if I can think of anything else, but I can't. I'm still stumped. But the scientific method teaches us to repeat our experiments. So I tried again at 25 across and slid afternoon socials under the microscope. Its answer is tell-alls. Again, no for, no correlation to its clue. Experiment failed. The microscope explodes inexplicably. How did I get that S there? I think that's one of those where I accidentally hit it. So is caveat related to caveat? Symbol of strength facility is steel. I just wasn't thinking about that because that's more like a concept. Is it a carat? Is that what that's measuring? Oh, yeah, because grams is weight. Oops. I was thinking liters before when I had the CCC. I just wanted it to be real so bad. Wow, I still don't know this back to basics regiment. Oh, paleo diet, like basic eating. So caveat is that. Wing is a L, like the letter L. I'll take it, sure. So then this is reap. Is this leapers? I kind of want to get all the letters and then figure out the theme. Leapers, no. Lopers. I don't know. I'm going to put that back. Let's just check the puzzle. Yeah, I know. Wow. A lot of them wrong. Oh, yeah, he said it was tell-alls. I don't know what cavil is? That's just a word I don't know. I mean, obviously it's a petty or unnecessary objection. I'm definitely going to remember that forever. Okay, so Iona is a school and longtime follower is ago. After you would say long time, you would say long time ago. That's cool. Okay. Ooh, so taste is not savor, but it's very close to that. I can't actually think of what that would be. But it might help with understanding the theme, which again, at any point, we could figure out. Okay, so this is probably guanodon. These loopers are caddies? I'm just going to put it for now. Wow, this should be... There's only so many letters. We only have 26 options. It's not savor. I have no idea. Okay, we'll finish reading the explanation, and then we'll just look at the answer key. But wait, what tell-alls and Stuttgart both have are 4 of the same letter. Remove the 4 L's of tell-alls to get T's, which are afternoon socials. Subtract the quartet of T's from Stuttgart to get sugar, a much more common substitute for honey bunch. You know what? You know what, Brad and Nat? That's pretty good. Bates. Okay, so let's see if we can get this doing that. So we are taking out all the A's, and it is Pismo Beach, which we did see on the map. So sapor means taste. Sapor? What are you doing here, guys? Oh yeah, I mean it doesn't even come up on the preview. You have to really go in. A property as bitterness affecting the sense of taste. Could also be savor. It's one of those where it's just like a letter off. Okay, Brad, you had me and then you lost me. And this was Nat's. That's fine. I don't care. You can mess with. You don't have to be accurate in your clues and such. Okay. Why is a looper called a caddy? A caddy called a looper? What could that be? Caddy, looper. We got a documentary on this. We got. Can you just have a thing that just tells me why? Why it is? For caddies who work clubs where they will carry the bags, these caddies frequently refer to themselves as loopers, but why? Golf term loop. Okay, a round of golf is a loop. I knew it would be something boring, just like golf itself. Okay, thanks for sticking with me through this long and meandering solve where I never figured out the theme. And if you didn't stick with me, then you're not hearing this. So, paradox. Thanks for watching. Be safe.